just want to say we just got back from the Great White North, the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. We were up there last week doing Michigan Tech and Northern Michigan University. If you look at where Michigan Tech is, it's up in Houghton in the upper peninsula of Michigan, almost to the end. It's 205 miles north of Green Bay, Wisconsin, way up there where they used to have a lot of copper mines. They don't have them anymore. They're not as profitable anymore, so they've been shut down. But the people up there in the Upper Peninsula were just very friendly, and we basically had snow for 4 straight days. They've had over 300 inches of snow this winter, and it just kept snowing. But it's no problem up there. They keep the roads clear. The runway was clear at Marquette, where we flew into, and then we had to drive 2 hours to the north. So we were there at Michigan Tech in Houghton, and then the next night we were at Northern Michigan. You can see both of those events on our YouTube channel. I think we had about 800 at Michigan Tech, and we had a full house at Northern Michigan, which held a little over 400. The people up there were just great, very friendly. We get to the airport, we walk through security coming out of the airport. It's a very small airport, and people are going, "Welcome to the Upper Peninsula." I guess they don't get a lot of visitors up there. There's not a lot of people. There's plenty of snow, though, and plenty of wildlife. The other interesting thing up there is that we met a couple of couples. One couple had 13 kids. 13 kids, Christians, and they lived in about a 2,500 square foot house, 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 15 people, 2 bathrooms. In fact, one of the brothers there told me that, I was in a room with 7 of my brothers, or 7 of us were in there, and the oldest had his own room. I'm like, well, how does that work? Another couple had 15 kids. Now, apparently there's a Lutheran denomination up there that believes in a lot of kids. These 2 couples weren't part of that denomination, but they're basically outpopulating the Muslims on their own. I guess there's not much to do up there than come to lectures at the university and have kids, because you don't want to go outside all that much unless you really love snow. Anyway, the people up there were great. It was great being at Evangel Church. Pastor Levi is the pastor there. And it's an old supermarket. They have this church. It's right up there in Houghton. And as I say, the next day we traveled back down to Marquette, and we're at Northern Michigan University. So a shout out to all the great people up there. But let me get to your questions now. And by the way, we'll have some other college events coming up shortly. I'll tell you about that a little bit later.